Recorded live in Denver, this is the Super Meeting Podcast from Nexstar. Welcome to the Super Meeting Podcast. My name is Nick Rau, digital marketing coach here at Nexstar, and today I am acting as a podcast host as well. Super excited to talk to our members and share this information with them because today I have Scott Harkins with me from Resideo. Scott, you are VP of Sales, correct?
Yes.
So wonderful to have you here.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Perfect. I am so excited to talk to you because one of the big things that we have been talking about here with a lot of the people on the podcast and even on the show floor has been this changing of technology that we're experiencing right now. Obviously, we're going through it not only in the professional world, but in our personal lives. Like I know for me, it's changing how I do search, things like that. How has technology kind of been impacting you and your day-to-day?
Yeah, it's impacting everybody in everybody's day-to-day.
It's so
right?
true.
One of the stories I like to tell is when you think about like your everyday life, most of the things in your life are connected.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people I have a Garmin watch on or Apple watches, right? These are pushing data back into a cloud that somebody else can look at.
Yep.
The plane that I flew here on, fully connected, beaming data back to the next airport.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a problem, they're ready for it.
Yeah.
Any late model car that's been built in the last 10 or 15 years is beaming data back to somebody so that car can be serviced in a different way. Everything in our life is now connected except really one thing. The biggest investment we've ever made is our house.
Yeah.
And for the most part, most homeowners manage their home by catastrophe. Right?
Not a great way to do it. Yeah, let's wait till something fails before I do anything about it.
As our industry in HVAC knows, it fails on the hottest days of the year or the coldest days of the year.
Yep.
And it's often that homeowner's worst moment of the year.
Yep.
I have to go to a hotel. It's happened to me. I've had to move into a hotel, spend a bunch of money I didn't have to expect to spend.
Oh, yeah.
Because nobody's monitored it. And while it was installed properly and I have great contractors that support my house, they didn't know it was about to fail because the home as a whole has been left, generally speaking, not monitored. The big home systems like HVAC or even electrical or plumbing are left to be managed by catastrophe.
Yep.
Right? When my hot water heater bursts, that's when I fix it. When my air conditioner or heater fails, that's when I fix it. I think that's an amazing opportunity for the HVAC contractor world to become, what we call the hero of the home.
Yes, I love that. Like creating those heroes of the home is so important. Not only us as HVAC contractors being those heroes, but also being like the superpower providers to the homeowners themselves. The homeowners like to be the hero as well and make sure that they are providing for their family, for their animals, for whatever it might be that lives there, that they are that hero that keeps it all safe. And they do that through these members. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool that that's happening because it definitely, you're so right on how connected we all are and how this all plays together. And it's wild that it works like that. There are laws in place, at least where I'm from in Minnesota, about like, hey, if something fails and you go out, you have to restore heat to them. It gets so cold in Minnesota that it's by law that you have to restore heat. But we didn't go one step further and go, well, what if we just made sure it never went out in the first place? So this is this great next step that you're taking to not just wait for that catastrophe, but prevent it because sometimes laws aren't even making sure that that's happening.
And you know what? The technology exists right now that there's no reason we have to wait for an HVAC system, heater, cooler, water heater, whatever might be in the home to fail. Before we should know the technology exists. Resideo has that technology. We're bringing it to market under something we call the Pro IQ Services platform that can predict when something's about to go. Create leads for the contractors, essentially. I would much rather my contractor be calling me, telling me I'm about to have an issue than wait for that issue to happen.
Yeah. To say, hey, I'm noticing something that's going wrong. I would love to come out there and continue to make sure that you don't have an interruption in your day-to-day life. Because, the way that you can get in front of it, it makes it a lot less of an impact.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things I know that the customers deal with is, okay, when this catastrophe happens that we're reacting to, well, now I have to take off work or I have to, make sure that I'm in the home so that somebody can be there. But, if you can preempt it, it gives you a lot more flexibility. We want that to be there, that they're not going to like, hey, a catastrophe doesn't lead to a search. The catastrophe, we're preventing it, but we're already there. We don't have to go to the librarian of the internet to tell us who to go to. Right. There's already somebody ready and waiting to make sure that we stay happy and healthy.
And Nick, you're an expert on the digital piece, but I've read a lot of data about it that says, 40% of leads go to the top 4 returns, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you're one of those top 4, good for you. You're going to get a lot of leads. Mm-hmm. If you're number 9 or number 15 or number 16, you're probably going to get leads that maybe are price-driven or a bit more challenging of a customer than those top few. So we say own your customer, right? And we're doing things in our technology, both on our hardware and our software, to help you do that.
Yeah, that's super cool because, it lines up with exactly kind of how I've been coaching as the digital marketing coach. I joke a lot about, like, if you're as old as me, you remember the early days of search engines. We're back in that same thing now. You have Perplexity, you have Claude, you have Gemini, you have ChatGPT. All of those are these new things, and we don't really know where it's going. We're in a very strong age of uncertainty, but this takes a lot of that uncertainty out because it brings that first-party stuff back in.
That's right. And it also helps start to solve the challenges that I think our contractors face. There are a lot of voices in the HVAC industry that are shouting about ways that you can improve your business for sale and maximize the value of that company. And there's a lot of people that do it, whether it's social media or trade shows or speaking events. And they often talk about leadership and culture and how to properly value your company. And in the 30 years that I've been calling on home service providers, I almost always ask the question, like, what are your biggest problems? Mm-hmm. They never say leadership, culture, or my company's not valued high enough. What they say is, I got a labor problem. I can't hire good techs.
Yep.
My best techs are people that, using your analogy about the internet, we're using encyclopedias, right, to look up data. They're retiring. The best techs are leaving. It's very hard to recruit new techs into the trades. It's a personal passion of mine. To help with that, and we're trying to help with that. Like, most people don't think of Resideo or really Honeywell Home as what we're known as in the market as a company that can help improve labor. I mean, again, everywhere I go, no matter what trade, electrical, HVAC, security, labor is almost always the number one problem they face.
Yeah, you were telling me about this like 3 L's concept, and labor is one of them, correct?
Right. Yeah, the 3 L's are pretty simple. It's labor, problem number 1. When I do get a customer, it's keeping that customer for life. So loyalty number 2. And then now that I have that customer, how can I get out in front of their needs and create leads? So it's labor, loyalty, and leads. And our latest technology that we're launching here, called Pro IQ Services, will position the pro, the contractor that uses it, to do just that. Right? We will improve their utilization of labor. By creating software that is almost impossible to misprogram a system. One-button programming using templates in an app. So very simple with very, very little training required. It's a very simple solution. We want to make sure that customer knows who their contractor is. So for the first time, we're dropping a brand, your brand, the contractor's brand, into our app. So every time they use the app, they see your brand. Change the temperature a degree or 2. And all of a sudden, every time they're thinking about comfort or peace of mind, they're seeing your brand. How do you build brand loyalty? By presenting the brand at exactly the moment of need. I'm thinking of comfort, there's the brand. I'm thinking of peace of mind, there's the brand. So that is in our First Alert brand, branded app that controls our thermostats. That is a brand new feature that we're launching here, so we're very excited about it.
That's awesome. And any way that we can continue to get in front of members or customers, especially in those ways where, it's a positive feeling. Every time they're seeing our name, something good happens that. Like, those are the things that they usually pay big money for, but now is just going to be a side effect of the things that you're doing.
Yeah. So again, that's a piece of it. But the brand's also going to be on the thermostat now for the first time. So easy to find who my pro is. How do I connect with them? Call them directly out of the app or from the thermostat. It's just a different way to put your brand in the customer's hand every single day. And we think that leads to loyalty. We think that loyalty is something's going wrong with my system. Who should I call? Well, the first thing you're going to do if you think something's wrong is probably go to your thermostat there's the contractor brand,
Yep.
or you're going to go to an app and there's the brand once again. So there's an easy way to keep that customer coming back to you.
Yeah, because that's always the first place we go, even though, like, and me as a homeowner, I mean, I do work at Nexstar, but I am nowhere near a home service professional because I definitely, whenever something goes wrong, the first thing I do is I'll walk down to the thing like I know anything about how to fix it. And I'll be like, I wonder if I can fix this furnace. And then I go, no, I remember I have no furnace fixing skills. But then right there is that sticker. That was that first place we went. So historically it had been that, but now, like you said, this new technology and the new way that we're utilizing it is making those impressions in different places, and we're not just relying on stickers, but we have these new pieces that will keep the brand in front of it. Yeah,
and the third piece of that is leads, right?
Yeah, the leads.
So again, I have an app with a brand in it. I have a customer that's constantly using that app and becoming aware of who my service provider is till it's just second nature. And then the third thing is leads. As simple as a thermostat might be, it knows what's going on in your home. It knows how your HVAC system is operating, and it can infer that there's a problem. It can notify the contractor, and the contractor can notify the homeowner and create a service call, right? Fix it before it fails is what I call it.
Yeah.
And while replacements are certainly an important part of our industry, I think customer loyalty comes from don't let me manage my home by catastrophe.
Yes.
Fix it before it fails. So that's part of the leads process is when something's going wrong, it can infer, or you take it to a next higher level with something we call Pro IQ Analyze. It will, in detail, not only tell you something's going wrong, but it will tell the contractor what specifically is going wrong. So if it's a dirty igniter, as an example, to install a new igniter or clean an igniter doesn't take your best tech. It takes a good tech, but not your best tech. But if it's to replace a complex piece of the HVAC system, you want your best tech. So it helps with labor. It creates that loyalty by fixing it before it fails, and it creates that service call lead to keep it going. We think it's a new way to think about memberships. I think a membership should be 24/7, 365. I should be checking your system every single day in an automated way. No person has to do it, and I should be notifying you of problems before they happen. Versus 2 truck rolls a year where probably not the exact moment of failure. You're out there checking it, trying to drive an upsell. We're going to do it 24/7, 365. I had a friend in Arizona, contractor, that has told me many times over the years, he taught me a lot about HVAC, that if you own the thermostat, you own the home. And if you own the thermostat now with the branding and it's connected and in the app and you apply these other Pro IQ services, it can change your relationship with your consumer into what I call almost a high-tech relationship, but certainly a very, very close relationship.
Yeah, because it allows you to grow those relationships in ways that are not based, like you said, on catastrophe, because that never really feels like a relationship. It feels like, oh, I needed my car crashed and I needed an ambulance to come get me. I don't identify with the ambulance because it happened. The only reason they were there was because of the catastrophe. But this really does help grow those relationships into, I'm here just because I want what's best for you. And I'm going to check in on that every single day. We have members that have trouble even getting out to their members twice a year. And so to now be able to go from not being able to do that to have this automated way to do it even better sounds like it's going to give our members the opportunity to focus a lot more on the important things about helping them live that more impactful life, their customers live that more impactful life, giving them the options to do the explore step, to do the thorough investigation to help them, to help the customers really get what they want out of it.
And I think we're trying to position the contractor where this is actually an easy sell. Right? So we're launching a brand new family of thermostats at the higher end of the market called the ElitePro. An absolutely gorgeous architecture of product. It is beautiful. It comes in a few varieties to fit different kinds of applications, but a gorgeous product. Really, at that high end of the market, first time we've really played at that high design space. And we're super excited about it. But that's the entry point, right? You get one of those into the house, all of these other services tie back to it. I'd say, I don't want to get into features. I'm not a features guy, but I think one of the best features of this product is it uses what we call our universal wall plate. We have 40 million universal wall plates on homes across the U.S.
Wow.
Right? Installed by contractors. So if you want to take somebody with a simple, non-connected product like a T4 and upgrade them to a product that has all of these services that I'm talking about, it's literally as easy as snapping it off the existing UWP, universal wall plate, and popping this new product on top of it. There's no new wiring. It's just a quick, easy, I think it's the fastest upgrade from traditional thermostats to connected thermostats.
Got it.
Very, very quick.
Love that.
Yeah.
Anything that we can do to make it easier, because again, it's taking those trouble spots away. What are the pieces? And one of my favorite things, I had actually heard a member say this earlier, is their goal for the year is, I want to be ridiculously easy to do business with. And their whole bit is, where is it difficult to do business with us? Where are these things that we make it harder for the customer? And like these types of pieces are the things that are hard for the customer. So this sounds like it's going to be a great solution for making it ridiculously easy for a customer to do business with you.
Yeah, I one of the people I worked with a couple of years ago at this exact event said something that really hit home. I hadn't heard it said this way. He said, the hardest thing to find is a great customer, and the easiest thing to lose is a great customer.
Wow.
And what we want to do is create a relationship that is, again, not a twice a year, send a tech to do service work, but a relationship that's an everyday. Every time I use my system, I think of the contractor. Not in an obnoxious way, but in just a really simple way that creates brand awareness and memory of that brand, so that when something does go wrong, your brand is there at the moment of need. Yeah,
definitely. And it seems like, again, building value for the company. I know a lot of times, like even in the tech world, when they're like, oh, well, when we're going to value a company, a lot of times it's based on how many customers are in your database. What is the potential there? And so this is that building of that customer database in a way that is very connected. And it used to be, oh, well, we have a customer database of 50,000 people that we've done business with over the past 50 years. And it's like, okay, well, how many of those are really your customer?
Yeah, and in a world today, like the market's tough right now. If you're a residential new construction contractor, you're probably having a tough go. If weather hasn't been particularly hot this summer, last winter wasn't particularly cold, these are key drivers of our business. So to keep a customer is maybe more high value than finding a new customer.
Oh my gosh,
Keep your
100%.
existing customers, get them into membership programs, and then one way or another, right? Go out. Would never suggest that you don't go make visits to that homeowner.
Yeah, of course.
A couple of times a year, but you want to be in front of that homeowner all the time.
Yeah. Again, being digital marketing coach, we talk through marketing a lot with our members, and one of the things we talk about a lot is you want to create diamonds. You want to create diamonds within your customer database, and a billboard doesn't create a diamond. It creates an opportunity, but the things that create diamonds are what you're talking about. It is the being in the home, the building the relationship, the asking the right questions, and the more our members can find these opportunities to take the time away from the technical stuff and more into the ways that we can really grow those diamonds and get them into our database is going to be so valuable, not only for the day-to-day of your company, but the overall just being there, having that value and having a place to go to get those leads, that third L that you were talking about.
And the reality is, again, it's the decision at the moment of need. I have a problem. What am I going to do about it? I probably don't know what the problem is as I look at the billboard.
Yep.
But when I have a problem at home, the first thing I do, right, as a homeowner, is to what you said, I try to figure it out, right? I'll check the thermostat.
I don't want to be the homeowner that doesn't know anything, so I'm going to go look at it at least.
Yeah.
Like it's when your engine blows in your car, so you lift up the hood and you're like, yep, that's definitely a blown engine. But
to take it to somebody who knows how to fix that.
Exactly.
So the reality is we want to put your brand, the contractor's brand, in a homeowner's hand at the exact moment of need.
Yep. So thank you so much for sharing all of this with us. Anything else that you want to bring up, talk through today?
Sure. Well, I talked briefly about labor, right? It being a personal passion of mine. Our industry is short on people, short on labor, short on training. And I just thought I would mention Resideo has a new training program called Resideo Academy. It's available online. It's available. We can come out to your place, but to spend real detailed training, a real detailed time with your technicians to train them on install and troubleshooting, just making them better at their job.
Yes.
We have built kits. We're in, I think, 15 now technical schools or colleges where they have curriculums built for HVAC or other home services where we're helping them bring new contractors or new technicians into the marketplace. It's a really big deal. I would challenge any of our contractors, just go online and find Resideo Academy, and there's a ton of resources there about training, or contact your local salesperson. We have a field training team that can come by and help you. The reality is we have to find ways to get people trained in this space, and Resideo Academy is one of the tools that we have to get that done.
No, I love it. That's awesome because I think that ties in really well with some of the work that Nexstar does as well. We have our sister company of Explore the Trades that is kind of helping with that. So all of these powers combined, I feel like Captain Planet up here is really what is going to provide for that future. Yeah. It's going to provide for the people who want to get into the trades and feeling supported and moving it into that next level in that next generation. Because I know that it's shifting very fast with technology. Yeah. So super excited to have that. Love that we have the 3L concept. I want our members to be able to take and use that as well. I think that's going to play into so many different types of or facets of their business. Yeah. And I think, really, honestly, with how fast technology is moving, if you're not bringing that loyalty in-house, we're going to have trouble. So whether it's using the ElitePro, right. Can you give the full name again?
ElitePro.
The ElitePro.
ElitePro thermostat.
The ElitePro thermostat will do that. But if I could encourage our members to do anything, it really is to continue to push in that direction. Find the pieces like that will help grow those relationships, because that's what's going to help you through those hard times and get you going.
I would encourage them, if they listen to this and they believe this story, that software can actually help make them a better business and create more loyalty and leads with their customers. So just go online, download the Resideo Pro app. They can get started with that today. In fact, it works on our entire connected offering. Beautiful. So it's not just the ElitePro product, but they can start branding today. They can start analytics today. These services are already available, but it also works on our entry-level products like Focus Pro and our Focus Pro S200. So take that first step and give it a shot. It's our job as suppliers to make this technology simple and easy so that it doesn't overwhelm your labor team or your installers or your service techs. I think we've done that, and I'd love to see them give us a shot.
Love it. Scott, how can our members continue to engage with you and Resideo and the Honeywell Home stuff?
Yeah, so obviously Resideo Academy is a great spot to just go learn about what we're doing on our website. We have salespeople, about 100 salespeople spread across the country. They're always available to help on telephone calls. I'm very easy to get a hold of, scott.harkins@resideo.com. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm easy to find and happy to help if I can help in any way at all.
Beautiful. Scott, thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. Round of applause for Scott. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Thank you so much for listening. Head on over to youtube.com/Nexstar Network to get your podcast fix and subscribe to get updated on all the newest releases.